Today I want to talk about limiting beliefs. And the reason I want to talk about this is because so many of us are affected by negative thoughts in our heads, limited beliefs. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too big, I'm too small, I'm not experienced enough. Just so many negative thoughts that plague our minds when it comes to wanting to progress or wanting to do something that perhaps you've been thinking about for a very long time. So, for example, I was recently on a coaching course and this was one of the questions that we explored. What are the limiting beliefs that you have preventing you from becoming a coach? And on this course, it was a Zoom call and there were so many different people. You had people who were young, people who were old, people who looked like they had or spoke about a wealth of experience, people with less experience, but every single person had some form of limiting belief that was holding them back. And as I listened to everybody, all of their different reasons for why they haven't pursued becoming a coach, it became very clear and apparent to me that everyone had something which was limiting them from progressing. And funnily enough, their limitations were somebody else's ideal. So for example, if the persons that said that they were too old, well, clearly they desired to be younger. And yet the person who said that they were too young, well, they desired to be older, believing they would have more experience. And so it just became really clear to me that we allow circumstances, we allow excuses to limit what we can actually do. And this evening I just reflected a bit and I remember the story of a man called Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe was a Native American born in the 1900s, and he faced a lot of adversity, a lot of prejudice. He was a twin. Sadly, his twin died at the age of 9, and shortly after that, his parents also died, and so he became an orphan. Now, this man was very athletic, and so much so, he made it to the 1912 Olympics. Because of all of the adversity, because of all of the racism and prejudice that he faced, somebody decided to steal his shoes. Now, Jim Thorpe could have decided that this was a limitation. He had no shoes. And so he could have decided he couldn't run. And this was literally moments before the race. So what Jim did, he found a pair of shoes, one which was even in the trash. And they were shoes of different sizes. And he still put himself in the position where he was able to go forward and win not just that race, but numerous events that day. And I want to be like Jim Thorpe. He didn't allow the circumstances surrounding him to limit him. He had no shoes. Instead, he did something about it and he used what he could have to become a winner, to win the Olympics. Now, this is just amazing. And I know that I am somebody who has often limited myself. I make excuses, and a lot of my excuses I justify as reasons. For example, I don't have much time. I'm a mum of 6 children. I have a severely disabled child. How am I able to do this? How am I able to do that? I can't do this. I can't do that. My children need me. My husband needs me. My family needs me. But no, these are all excuses. Every single one of us has something inside. Every single one of us has the ability to pursue and achieve our goals and our desires. And we need to stop making excuses. We need to stop limiting ourselves from achieving these things. And so today I have made a decision that I am no longer going to limit myself. I'm going to face the obstacles just like Jim Thorpe did. And instead of crumbling and falling to my knees because I don't have the necessary skills or tools. I may be too old, I may be too young, I may be inexperienced, I may not have as much experience. Whatever the excuse, whatever the reason, I'm not going to allow it to hold me back. Instead, like Jim Thorpe, I'm going to take those shoes, whether they are mismatched, the right size, old, dirty, holes in them, whatever it may be, whatever the situation may be, I'm going to use it to propel me to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And I'm here to encourage you to do the same. That's my son coming in. I'm not going to allow that to stop me from completing this video. But yes, we can use whatever we have. If we don't have the experience, get the experience. Embark on training. Go and find somebody who can coach you. Find somebody who can maybe mentor you. Whatever the situation is, just go for it. And that is the message that I want to share today. Joey, come and say hello because you've interrupted my video. Come and say hi. Say hi. Hi everyone. This is Joey. Look at the camera. Say hi. Hi. Right, good. But yes, that's the message that I would like to share with everybody today. I also thought about the fact that when I found out I was pregnant with a severely disabled child, I was already a mother to 5 children. And I remember having all of these limiting beliefs and thoughts plaguing my mind. I won't be able to do this. I won't have the capacity to look after a severely disabled child. I won't have the time to look after a severely disabled child. I don't have what it takes to look after a severely disabled child. I'm too old to look after a severely disabled child. All of these thoughts were plaguing my mind, and I decided to just trust God, and to lay everything at the foot of the cross. And I remember the day when I made that decision, and I let go and I allow God to just lead and direct my path. And I have to say that I have never regretted that decision. So guys, whatever the limitations are that you are facing right now, however big the mountain may seem, know that you can overcome. 1, put your trust in God. 1 minute, Joey. Put your trust in God. And 2, know that there are always options to overcome those barriers. Good night, God bless, and don't let your limitations prevent you from achieving success and achieving your goals. Go get your dreams.